All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. We at it again. I just did an episode yesterday, but I'm out here grinding. Ain't no sleep for the weary. So I got my boy Chris here, my boy Chris White.
What's happening? What's happening?
Everybody,
what's going on, people?
It's the official 4th episode of the Going Out podcast.
Yes, sir.
So today, my friend that I have with me, he works in security. So he's currently the head of security at Explicit. But as always with this show, we're going to talk about some of that. We're going to get to know him, find out where he came from, but we're also going to learn about some of the other stuff he does. As I mentioned in my last episode, we talk about business here, but also we focus on the people in this industry and talk about all the things they do. So this is definitely a platform to come on here, promote yourself, whatever your craft is, because a lot of times, when you're in this industry, it simply is, a springboard or a stepping board or an investment for, something else that you're working on. So my boy Chris, he's currently, as I said, he's head of security, but he's also a professional trainer and a fitness coach. So we'll be talking something about that's very important, especially in this industry, which is health and wellness. When you're back there behind the bar, coming out with them bottles, if you're standing guard at the door, being strong, being fit, being healthy is very important. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us, we spend a lot of time going out, not getting enough sleep, not eating properly. So we're going to talk about all that. We're going to go through exercises. I'm going to ask him about, some of his fitness regimens, maybe some dieting tips, but then also talk about his content, and the platform that he's currently building. So without further ado, let me give a little round of applause and a welcome. Officially, episode 4, baby.
Let's get it.
All right, so my boy Chris, first off, introduce yourself to the podcast. Tell them about you, what you currently do, and just give me an introduction to, some of your fitness content and how you got involved into doing that, inspired by doing that.
Yes, sir, man. So first off, I want to say again, man, appreciate it, Stefan, for bringing me on. Like you said, this is episode 4, but I'm telling y'all right now, look out for it. Look out for it. It's going to be...
Heard that.
You're going to hear about it in the city. Charlotte, stand up. So a little bit about me, man. So I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. So know your boy.
All my New Orleans people stand up.
What's going on, my people? We made it through Katrina. Well, really, I left way before Katrina. So I left when I was, about 3 years old. So really, I'm a Charlottean, okay. Right? So been out here since then. I went to school down here. I went to 2 different elementary schools, 2 different middle schools, 2 different high schools. So I like to tell people I'm more Charlotte than a lot of the people who born down here, right. who's originally born here. So, and then went to college out in Winston-Salem State University. Shout out to the Rams. Shout out to my Ramily. Anybody who's watching. Yeah, man. So all through, my childhood, me personally, I played sports, football, basketball, from rec to the AAU.
What position did you play in football?
Football?
Yeah.
I started out, so this is funny. Let's go back to the Pee Wee days, right? Pop Warner. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, right. I was a defensive end in Pop Warner because I always had that ferociousness. I love to hit people. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's ironic what I do now. You know what I'm saying? As a bouncer, I like to hit people. I was in there, and I wasn't the biggest guy in the bunch back then. So, but as I got older, and I start growing in height wise, right? I'm 6'4.5" right now, 6'5" some days with the right shoes on. I got into tight end, and then around high school, when I really started getting into my game, I was a wide receiver. Started at times, second string at times, scout team, free safety, right? So then I played a little junior college football. For all my people don't know what that means. So I was last chance you before last chance you, right? So trying to make it, trying to get some film, trying to get out there. While my people in Charlotte, I went to I played a little bit of football for Hardin High School, so shout out to Hardin Rams. And then I transferred over to Hopewell High School out there in Huntersville. So shout out to the Titans, and that's where I graduated, my alma mater. So I played out there. We had a squad, of course, but I didn't get no looks. Let's keep it a buck. I didn't get no real looks. I performed.
You got the height though, man.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, I performed. I put on an elite performance this one time. Going into my senior year, the summer of my senior year, at a Georgia Tech football camp, combine at Georgia Tech. Went out there, went crazy, but my senior year I didn't even start, so I didn't have the film or nothing like that to back it up.
Yeah, a lot of times you really need like that infrastructure.
Yeah,
and like you're gonna have like your coaches and your teammates, but like really having like even more than that, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the elites really got like their parents, and then they take them like to camps and all that shit. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man. So did JUCO, that ain't go right. So it's crazy. I don't know if a lot of y'all heard about it or ever heard about this school, quote unquote, but it's called NC Tech at the time, right? So the coach was like a Johnson C. Smith star.
Yeah.
And he had one guy to make it. I'll never forget. Me and my dad, well, first of all, some teammates, knew I had some game. So one of my teammates, who's a good friend of mine, he was like, man, listen, you should come to this junior college and play football for him. Like he got a squad coming. He got a bunch of good guys coming. It's competitive out there, so you can make some noise out there. That's where I'm finna go. And that's when he introduced me to NC Tech. And I remember going in to sign on that team. And I went into the office. It was on the east side of Charlotte. And this office on the east side off of Independence. Y'all know what that is. And I remember when the coach brought me in, I'm not going to say his name, but he brought me in. He treated me like a D1 prospect. Yeah. Like he been scouting me since
you look like a D1 prospect, boy.
You know what I'm saying?
If I would have saw you, I would have bet on you.
Right. Well, see, I didn't even look like this back then. I was like 3/4 of what you see now, right? But still, like, you could tell I can play some ball at least, you know what I'm saying? Just looking height-wise, athletic build, I always had that. So went in there, and he had this huge-ass portrait of Antonio Brown.
Wow.
Sitting right behind his desk. As big as shit, can't miss it. I looked at it like, word? This man had Antonio Brown, the Antonio Brown, AB, crazy ass. So he had one guy that make it. Most people don't know this, by the way. Antonio Brown played for NC Tech, the school I'm talking about. Yes. Okay. He made it there. He wound up transferring, because the whole reason why you go to a JUCO, right, is to get film, or transfer out. Get your film and transfer out, or get your SAT scores. And you didn't get the SAT scores in high school. So now you got to go to a junior college and retake that and learn that, or you'd have the grades. Or you went to a D1 major program and you got kicked out for disciplinary reasons, right? Acting crazy. So they send you. That's what I'm saying. It was like last chance you before that. Yeah. And we had a bunch of good players. We had all of that. And he was bringing people in from Texas. I'm talking about prospects from Florida. We had a cat. This dude, he was a machine out there. He was a free safety for Clemson University. I remember him, and he was legit. He was like that, but you can tell, dreadhead, kind of don't give. But he had talent. He had size. He had Clemson size, D1 size out there, and a lot of people did. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, but it wasn't that, unfortunately. But at the end of it, I just remember going out there the first day. It was like 120 people out there. I was like, it was like 10 receivers. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how am I going to get an opportunity?
It's a lot of competition
between the people who've been here already for a couple of years, on top of everybody else who come in. But as the season went, obviously everybody else seen that. I wasn't the only one who was like, what the hell? So a lot of people quit just right after original training camp. Yeah. So it got to narrow down to like 6, which is still crazy, but still, and long story short, man, it wasn't that. I remember he made a whole bunch of promises in the offices, and we believed him because he had a ring from that shit the year prior, because they won that Division 3, I guess it was back then. Yeah. And he had a ring from winning the year before. We won that year. I got a ring from it. So we won that year, but he was talking a good game. I mean, he was a salesman. Right. He was like, he had that talk game. He was like, I'm finna get your son. Like, my dad was in, I'm finna get your son. You see this? Yeah. You see this right here? My head boosts like, bro, I'm ready, bro. Let's go. Like, nigga, I'm finna go out there and eat, bro. And then I went out there day one and seen that shit. I was like, what the hell? Damn. He promised you was gonna get he's gonna have a whole bunch of scouts, D1 scouts, HBCU scouts. I seen 2 scouts the whole entire season.
Damn.
2 scouts. And I got 1 offer letter only because I didn't get enough playing time to even do nothing out there. And that was from Fayetteville State University. And the whole team got that letter for a partial scholarship. That's when they were terrible. So it was like, I'm not going to fucking Fayetteville State. What? Like, so unfortunately, football it didn't work out for me. And by the way, they wound up, it was crazy how that school was set up because like you either went to CP for the education side of it. It was no real university, by the way. Or NC Tech College, whatever you want to call it. There wasn't like an NC Tech building. There was the football program, by the way, and then you either went to like an academy for school to get the grades or the SATs, whatever you needed, or you went to CP and get those grades or whatever you needed. So I didn't need grades. I was trying to get film. My shit was
it was just a way for niggas to still do work.
Getting
your classes elsewhere.
Right, or getting your film like I was. Some people really needed to take them classes to boost their high school GPA because they shit coming out of high school was ass. You know what I'm saying? GPA. So, but I was just taking classes. I mean, at best that helped boost my high school GPA, which is already decent, but it just helped it boost anymore. That's what all NC Tech did for me. So,
So how many seasons did you play?
From them, 1.
Just 1?
1. After high school, I played 1 year of junior college football because, he wound up being a scam. He charged us for coming to school, too. My dad paid for that shit out of pocket, and it was expensive. So he was making all these promises that he did not keep at all. Like, no scouts. No, it was no, we signed it. It was like a no money back, like this, like that type of thing.
That's crazy.
Niggas ain't get their money back. And then that next season, he started recruiting more white athletes. And the living conditions, like he was getting people set up in apartments on the east side of Charlotte. Like,
so they snitched on him.
They snitched on him. They found out. I never forget. So after that happened, I was like, damn, I'm done with football. Like, that's pretty much it for me. Like, it is what it is. I had to accept that shit. I wanted to play. I had a whole plan. Like, at worst, I was gonna walk on to like A&T or somewhere and go earn my spot. I had enough confidence in my game enough to go walk on somewhere and go get a scholarship, go earn that shit, and go and earn a spot. You know what I'm saying? So, but after that, I was just kind of like, that shit kind of just shot me down, unfortunately. So, I just had to make a pivot on life. You know what I'm saying? On what I really wanted to do. You feel me? Because that's what I wanted to do is play football.
Right.
So after that shit happened, I transferred to Winston-Salem State, and that's when I'll never forget. I seen it on ESPN. There was like, new story out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Coach
such and such
has been caught for defrauding in a junior college program. I was like, I fucking knew it. I knew this man. I knew somebody was gonna catch him.
It always comes out, man.
And they put him on blast. And then
it always comes out.
And, it's crazy. Beginning of the year, I wound up thinking about that. Something reminded me, and I looked him up. He's actually a coach somewhere. I forgot.
He's still coaching?
Yeah, he's still coaching. He's actually still coaching. Even after that, he's still coaching some D3 or D2 school somewhere. I can't even remember the name of the school, but he still got a job somehow.
It'll come around.
Because he got that talk game. So I'm sure he finessed his way into that job because I figured he was done after that shit come out. But yeah, man. So fast forward, went to Winston-Salem State University. I majored in business management. Got a BA in business management. So I always knew I wanted to, be a leader of some kind, run some type of business. That was always, Pops always told me, this is one thing I remember when I was young. He always told me, he read those books, those self-development books back in the day before self-development was even popular. Before social media. He was on a Reginald Lewis, who owns the bank out in Durham. He was on all of them people. He was always like that. So he always told me.
Yeah, that's good. So it's good to have that.
Yeah. He's always taught me, like, you don't want to work for the man forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you get a good paying job, good, but you don't want to work for the man forever. And that always stuck with me, And when I got to school, again, I wanted to play football, so I didn't really understand what I really wanted to major in.
So you tried that at Winston-Salem State too?
Nah. When I got to Winston, I was done.
Okay.
So that's where, when I got to Winston-Salem State, so one thing about me interesting is that I played the trumpet my 5th grade year.
No way.
Yep.
Me too.
You played trumpet?
Nigga, I played 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, and 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. But,
what seat was you? Was you a first trumpet, second trumpet?
I was second trumpet. I wasn't good enough to be first trumpet.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. So I'll keep it 100. I liked it, man. And sometimes I wish I didn't stop. because I think it's just dope to like be able to like really play an instrument.
Yeah.
And every now and then I'll see like somebody playing like a trumpet or a saxophone or something like that, and I'll be like, yo, that's so lit. I really wanted to play the saxophone at first, originally.
Saxophone, low brass.
Yeah.
Shout out to low brass.
Exactly, but saxophone is like, saxophone. The niggas that had the saxophone got the hose, man. 'Cause the saxophone was a sexy. The niggas that played the saxophone and niggas that played the drums.
Yeah,
Got the hose, be. Trumpet was cool. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I liked it, man. I wish I would have kept going, but my 7th grade teacher, this dude was just like, I don't know. He was kind of like douches or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it was my own fault. I didn't really practice that often, and I got kind of put on the spot one too many times, and it kind of showed. But
yeah, I gotta do it.
I took art in 8th grade. Shout out to Mr. Ventura and Miss Oliver.
Word.
Back in the day.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I ain't know that. I ain't know that. So
you played in 5th grade, but then you also played back in college too, or
so I always played the trumpet. Again, shout out to my pops. I'm from New Orleans, right? So it's you think my family play instruments. I'm the only one in my family who's played an instrument. You kind of see the tattoo. I don't know if you can see it. Like the music notes on me, coming from the treble clef.
Okay.
But yeah, man. So I had always played it as an elective. Like I played sports. Like I always focus on my sports, football, things like that. But like all through middle school, all through high school, I always played a trumpet as an elective. Right. I was always in like symphonic band classes and stuff like that. And so when the football shit didn't work, the next thing for me was like, okay, well, I guess I'm getting ready to go to Winston-Salem State. And shout out to my pops again, man. Shout out to Dr. Magruder. You know what I'm saying? If any of my Winston-Salem Ramley people, y'all know who I'm talking about. Dr. Magruder, the band director who's still out in Winston-Salem State. He was, when he was at Jackson State out there in Jackson, Mississippi, before I was born, and it's crazy how life happens, but before I was born, my dad and my mom, they were cool together because he went to LSU, Dr. Magruder, he went to LSU. And I got a lot of family that went to LSU, so they was introduced to my mom and dad, so they were cool. My dad always used to tell me, even when I was younger, when I first started playing the trumpet around the first couple of years, my man's Magruder, he out there at Jackson State. If you don't know who Jackson State is and they band program, you need to go YouTube them because they really, really like that. Shout out to the SWAC conference.
Yep.
He always knew, they always were cool before I was a kid. So fast forward, Dr. Magruder actually, a few years before I even got to college, he had transferred to Winston-Salem State to take the head job because he was always the assistant band director out there at Jackson State. Right. So Winston-Salem State reached out to him and he got the head band director position. So around that time, my dad was like, yo, football ain't work. It's cool. Like life moves on. Like, cause when you've been playing football for so long and you've been focused on it and you see yourself in the vision and that shit don't work out. Right. It's like, man, that how you rethinking life. So it's like, damn, what I'm gonna do now? But I felt like Booby Miles and Friday Night Lights. Like all I know is football, man. Like what the hell, man? So
that was a good movie.
Yeah. So it's like, well, you could play the trumpet, you can go march in the marching band. And I always fuck with the marching band. I actually did 1 year marching band in high school when I went to Hardin. Shout out to the Rams again. When I went to Hardin, I did 1 year marching band. But when I transferred, I was like, nah, football kind of my thing. I fuck with that more. But when I got there, I was like, well, I guess I could. Marching band, HBC marching band culture is lit. You know what I'm saying?
Lit. Very lit.
So
I went to Clark Atlanta. We had a lit marching band.
Yeah. So I know people out there in Clark Atlanta. So yeah, I wound up joining the marching band, and Dr. Magruder was like, when I went out there and was like, yeah, I think about being in the band, Doc. You know what I'm saying? He was like, that's cool, man. I'm gonna talk like Dr. Magruder. If my Ramley know, you know. If you know, you know. Hey, he's cool, man. Hey, I know who your peoples is, man. So it's like, if you come here, I'm gonna take care of your funds, right? I'm gonna take care of your funds. I'm gonna look out there, because you know what I'm saying. Your people's good peoples, man. So I was like, say less. I'm coming to march for you.
Probably smoke some weed too, man.
Right. Yeah, he might have. Back in the day. He a Q dog. Shout out to the Q dogs.
Shout out to the Qs.
Yeah, man. So I was in a marching band in college. So I played trumpet for 2 years and I was a drum major for 2 years. And after my first year being drum major, I played KK South. Shout out to the Bruz. You know what I'm saying?
Big shouts.
AEA to the Bruz. Right here. If any of my side bros watching, you know what I'm saying? AEA all day. So I wound up pledging, man. That's why I got the brand, got the tat.
Bet.
And but one thing about me, man, I always stayed in shape. You know, in a band, you gotta be in band shape. That's what band camp is for.
Yo, I heard, them niggas used to be marching around carrying them heavy ass instruments.
Yeah,
it puts you in shape.
Yeah, that'll get you in shape. But I talk to people now, even look at people now that I went to school with, and it's like that's the shape everybody want to get back to. You know, we in our 30s now, and everybody want to get back. Like anybody I talk to now, like Chris, I need to get back to that marching band shape, 8 to 5, 90-degree angles on the knees type.
Right. Yeah,
I can't. I would die out there if I do that shit now.
So being in a marching band gets you in shape. But have you ever seen like someone like really lose like a lot of weight doing marching band, or is it just kind of like a kind of stamina kind of thing, get you in shape and kind of strength thing?
It's a stamina thing. It's like marching band is a different type of shape, and I would say that it's definitely high stamina though for sure. Like your endurance got to be up there. You know, again, that's what band camp is for. Band camp is waking up at 5 a.m. You know, y'all the first people on campus before the semester start, 2 weeks ahead of time.
Facts.
So it's nobody up there but y'all, the football players and the cheerleaders.
Practicing all day.
From can to can.
Yo, them niggas will come into the cafeteria practicing in formation, get their food, eat, and leave.
It's like that.
Yo.
It's like that. It's military precision. It's military based.
Yeah,
like
I love that, man. I miss college. Shit,
yeah,
man.
me too.
Oh,
I definitely miss college. It was a blast, man. That shit.
Yeah.
It was like that, man. So that's what. But to answer your question, yeah, you're gonna be in shape, but it's a different type of shape. You're not necessarily gonna lose like you lose. I don't know. I would say back then, probably, you know, most people wasn't that big anyway in school, right? But, you know, for anybody that was on the bigger side, you probably lose a good 5 to at most 15 pounds because you got to think you got them uniforms on. It's fall. It's hot as shit in them uniforms.
There's always like 1 or 2 like big niggas, yo.
More than that.
Niggas. Yeah.
More than that. But they be in shape. They be in marching band shape. They might be breathing hard, but they was out there doing that shit. So
is there a typical instrument like a big nigga plays though?
Yeah. A big nigga instrument. Tuba. Number one.
Sure.
Tuba phone.
Tuba.
You know the tuba phone they gonna be on them joints, putting all that air in there. Home.
Yeah.
So tuba phone, any low brass, to be honest. Low brass,
maybe.
Trombone, baritone, mellophone or the French horn. Yeah. All that shit. That's all the big niggas is gonna play.
Yep, heavy shit. Bass drum probably too.
Bass drum. Yep. So they're gonna be on those joints. But yeah, you could probably lose a good 5 to 10 at most, maybe 15 pounds per season at most. Okay. So yeah, obviously you see that. It'll keep you lean. It's gonna keep you thin because you're gonna be sweating every day on top of practicing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta practice some shits. So yeah, you can lose some damn fat. I was like, I had got smaller myself from like football shape because I kind of just stopped lifting. I kind of stopped doing everything when I first joined the marching band. But when I made drum majors, like I'm out the front, I got to get my physique back. So I started back lifting. Yeah.
Drum majors lit.
Yeah. I had to get my physique back. So like, man, we get there as drum majors, we were there like 3-4 weeks ahead of time because it's like we got to come in there on some elite shit. Yeah, looking the part.
The littest motherfucking.
We got to come in looking the part.
Show, man.
We got to talk shit to y'all, the rest of the band, get y'all fat asses in shape. You've been on your ass all summer, but we got to come in there looking like low key like the movie Drumline. Like, so that's what we did.
Y'all like the drill sergeants almost.
Yeah. We came in there like, listen, this season we're not bullshitting. We're not playing with y'all. So tomorrow when this shit day one start, we expecting everybody on time. If you're not on time, you're doing extra hills. We've been here all summer busting our ass, lifting weights, marching this fucking track out there. You know what I'm saying? In the heat. Y'all just getting here. We been here. We been putting in work. So now y'all last about to put in work. Cause I'll be damned for our squad. We looking good and y'all behind us looking like trash. And we would tell them that. And them like, these niggas not playing.
Yeah, I feel like a drum major is like a major thing. Like I feel like you could put that like on your resume. That's like a resume tag. Like I was a drum major in college.
For sure. You know for sure.
It comes with like a certain kind of attitude, level of discipline, and skill, quite frankly. Yeah. Fitness, all that.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta be in elite shape. That's a little bit, so that's even more than, because at this point we don't have instruments. Our body is the instrument, and in our drum major mace. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be able to jump and spin that thing around and split all in 3 counts. You know what I'm saying? And then come back up and then forward march. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got to be in shape. Shout out to the DMs. All the DMs out there. Like I said, I'm KK I got a couple of line brothers and line sisters out there from Clark, Atlanta.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
So I crossed KK Psi in spring 2011. Shout out to my line brothers. And
Spring
then
2011.
Yep.
Who do you know from Clark that was in the marching band?
I know some TBS, so that's our sister organization. Tau Beta Sigma. Shout out to the Raw. Shout out to Big Waver. My boy, Dr. Renaissance, you know what I'm talking about, on his podcast. He doing this thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, somebody calling me. Go ahead.
You good. But I got a couple of line brothers out there. They line wasn't that big, but I had my boy Dr. Renaissance out there. Shout out to Mia, my line sister from Tau Beta Sigma. Shout out to that whole line. To my TBS line out there in Clark, Atlanta, spring 2011 to the World Blow. And shout out to the Bruhs. You know what I'm saying? So I know a couple of them out there. Man.
All right, folks, we're back. Still some growing pains on the podcast as far as camera equipment goes. But, anyone who's been in this business, probably knows exactly what I'm talking about. So, Chris, we're talking about drum majors.
Yeah, right. Man. So, yeah, it was one of the greatest times of my life, I would say. It was fun.
How was life otherwise at Winston-Salem, like going out? How was social life going out and partying and shit like that?
Social
life,
life,
Did you make time for that, or?
Yeah, for sure. Now, it was hard because
being in the band and shit.
That's like a job, any kind of extracurricular, like football, any kind of sports, cheerleading, all of that. That's like an extra job. So you always at practice. So you can't really not no regular college student. Like you just go to class and then go out the next night, like on a weeknight. Because you can go out and damn near starting Thursday at any night.
Yeah.
Maybe even Wednesday, depending on where you at, what city you in. But we couldn't do that. So like even on Saturday nights, like you want to go somewhere, it's like, damn. You tired of shit. You done woke up. Call time was 7:30 for game day. The game be starting at 1. Early. So you got to be there at 7:30.
Getting dressed probably takes forever.
Getting dressed. Then you got to warm up. Then you got to go through the whole entire show, like 1 or 2 times. A light version the right before, and then on top of that, then march to the field from the band room. Then there's pregame. Then you playing all through the game. Then there's halftime show. Then after that, then you got fifth quarter. Y'all know what fifth quarter is. You got fifth quarter, and then you got to march all the way back to the band room, and then break down while you at the band room.
God forbid it's an away game.
Man.
Forget about it.
You know what I'm saying? So
that niggas got to play to the bus.
Right. Yeah. And then, after that, you be like, damn, I don't feel like even doing shit. Like, I'm good for the day. Like, I'm finna chill.
That niggas probably work more than the athletes.
For real.
Time.
Yeah, for sure. We do.
Before and after.
We do, because of the pep rallies, the athletes just get to come out and just be like, yeah, we finna win tomorrow. Yeah. I ass in there playing, getting everybody lit, playing, dancing and shit, shaking our ass, all kind of shit. So but again, it's like you in shape for that. By the time after the first after the first 2 games, you should be in that condition, because you didn't do that shit band camp. Then there's like open house and all of that just right when the season started. Then we always doing performances, like they always call it band, especially if your band program really like that. I mean, HBCU in general, if your band program really like that, you at all the events doing something, having a quick little number. You at the open houses, you at the Ram Fests, you at everything.
Did the band niggas used to get lit though? Y'all used to party like that?
We did. So it's funny. We used to have after band camp. Is a traditional thing that we throw in the band camp party.
Mm-hmm.
So like after them 2 weeks, and it's like right before the semester actually start, people just now getting to campus, like the freshmen at least,
Right.
just now getting to campus. That Saturday after band camp, because you get there Monday, Tuesday is basically day one, and then you got the next week, and in the end of that next week, it's like, damn, we made it through band camp. You made it through band camp, so we throw a big ass party.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you that shit goes up,
Nutty.
it goes up. Like, and people don't know, like the bad people, we turned up because we don't. When we get a chance to turn up, like we used to go up. Right. Like it was, those parties was fun. I remember my junior year, I actually hosted it at my apartment. I don't know why the fuck I did that, but
oh shit,
I hosted it at my apartment only because I was about to move out of there. So wasn't nothing in there. I didn't give a fuck, and with nothing in there but a couch. It was like my two couches, because I had like two other roommates. So it was like a 3-bedroom apartment, and they had already moved out.
That's the perfect time to throw a party, man, especially in college. Right on the way out.
Right on the way out.
No furniture in there.
Ain't nothing but two couches. The love seat and the big couch.
Or when you first get there.
Get there. Yep. So I was like, you know what? Everybody knew me. I was a drum major, so I was like, I'm finna throw it at my crib. And that's when people start finding out about it. Like regular students start like finding out about it, because they'd see like videos. Back then we had Facebook. Back then we going back in 08, 09. Like we didn't have Instagram yet, but we had Facebook and all that stuff. And those was like that. And I threw that shit at my house. That shit was epic, bro. And I started seeing people from the campus pull up, like just regular people, like,
oh shit,
like it was like that. Like my dad probably never seen my apartment like that. I ain't seen an apartment like that that I've been in, aside from like maybe other college parties back then. But that shit was lit. 3 a.m, police wound up coming. They were cool though. They got it. Went to tell them, state right down the road. They just like, yeah, y'all gotta shut this shit down. It's just crazy right now, bruh. Shut this shit down right now. And I did. But by then, everybody was sauced.
And that was once a year?
Yeah. That was
band camp?
In the band camp. That was a traditional thing. I hope they still do that. You know what I'm saying? These new kids, that's a whole nother conversation for a different day. But back then, everybody waited for that, because all the upperclassmen talked about it. Because when you came in as a freshman, you was like, what the fuck? Like, if that's your first party on campus, because for us, that was our first party.
In the band camp.
In the band camp party.
That was right before the semester started?
Right before the semester started. The first party. So that's like, as a freshman, your first time away from your parents, away from everybody. You've been working your ass off for the last 2 weeks. But with what? A day off? Literally one day off in the last 2 weeks. And then you get that easy little Friday, and then that Saturday is the band camp party. When you came in, all the upperclassmen talking, damn, I can't wait to... Boy, that band camp party finna go down. Oh, y'all know about that, huh? All the freshmen, y'all know about that. We found them fuck out, and that shit went down. If you wanted to holler at an upperclassman, that was your time.
That was it.
You wanted to try upperclassman? That's the only time you had the whole season. The whole season. If you tried in and you wasn't successful, then it wasn't happening. It probably wasn't. Or if you did it right, then you might have planted a seed. But those are the times, man. But so. Did drum major for 2 years, graduated a year after that. And just been working it off, man. Fast forward, I've always been in sales. So I've done that. I've straight out of college, I sold cars. I worked at Toyota North Charlotte out there in Huntersville. Okay. Then I worked for a company called Red Ventures. That was sale on the phone sales. You remember Red Ventures? I sold Verizon Files.
Verizon Files, yep. I think at the time when I heard about them, they was doing Uverse.
Yeah, they had Uverse out there too. They had a couple of different contracts with different companies out there.
They're like a big fucking company, yo. I didn't realize how big they were. They're like huge.
Yeah, I wanted to work at the campus that they had out on the south side. I remember, because that's where I did an interview. That shit looked like Google. That shit looked like Google. But I wound up working at the one on University, the one that they had out there. That was cool too. That was a nice one. But I fucked around, got fired from there. That was some ass.
Be like that sometimes.
I got fired. It was on some bullshit.
Hating,
you know what I'm saying? Metrics, but after that, man, just I even did door to door at one point. That was cool. That kind of got me into my entrepreneurial spirits.
Door to door,
selling that, because that's hardcore selling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's knocking on your door. Like, hey, are you the home?
Calling.
If you don't, are you the homeowner? No, is the homeowner available? You know what I'm saying? Like pitching the hell out of the ass.
Homeowners is even harder, yo. I did door to door like selling business. At one point, and that's hard. But I feel like business people are a little bit more open because they're accustomed to buying shit to run business. But I couldn't imagine going to someone's house, my nigga.
Yeah, nah.
For cable, I guess niggas want cable. But
see, I sold Kirby's.
Oh, Kirby's.
Bro.
Oh shit.
I was actually pretty good.
At least those are useful though.
Those are definitely useful. I have one. Right now. And that shit, that really is if not one of the top 2 vacuums out there.
That and Dyson.
Yep. No, they better than Dyson.
They better than Dyson?
They better than Dyson.
So who's number 2 then?
Number 2 might be Electrolux. Electrolux make vacuums back in the day. And they shit. Yeah, it's a vacuum called Electrolux that was comparable to Kirby, but Kirby top 2 and not 2. For real, that shit is a shampoo.
So Dyson's number 3?
Dyson probably not even top 5. So listen, I sold Kirby's, right?
You sell vacuums though, so you know the market. Yeah.
So I sold Kirby's, right? We used to do this shit in the house, part of our demonstration. When if you got in the house, by the way, if they let you in.
I know exactly because my grandmother bought a Kirby when I was staying with her. Yep. In the house.
You seen the
I had a Kirby. Kirby's a good fucking vacuum.
So we did this shit. It was this move called the Kirby Derby. The motherfucking Kirby Derby, bro. The Kirby Derby. And what it was so when you did the demonstration, you had this canister on this.
I like that Kirby Derby.
That's what it was called. No cap. It was called the Kirby Derby, right? And so when we did the demonstration, we didn't have a bag on. We had this dirt canister where you could take it off and these dirt pads in it and show them exactly what the fuck is coming out of their carpet.
I remember that.
So at your job, you can do a conversation to leave 100 of them motherfuckers all around the house so they could just see it and be like, that's nasty as fuck. How much is this thing? So we had those, right? The Kirby is like that. It's really like that. And the reason why the Kirby is really like that because I'm spit some vacuum knowledge. I still remember this shit because I did it for so long and so well. Right. Most vacuums only have that one little suction cup or one little suction tube that gets the dirt out. But that long ass head, this little cup. That long ass head on Kirby, all of that is the suction. Oh. So that's number 1. Okay. So when you any Dyson, I don't give a fuck, Hoover, all them shits have all of them the same. And people don't know this. That's why these shit sell like they do. People don't know this. And all of them shits, no matter how fancy they look or how much they still have that one suction hole versus Kirby, that whole head, the front head, is a suction cup. So it's getting almost 10 times the dirt. So with the Kirby Derby, you take whatever vacuum you have. It didn't matter because your Kirby was always going to win. Don't matter. You could have the best Hoover, the best Dyson. What else they got out there? Fucking...
I don't remember. Bissell. But Bissell's cheap, though.
Bissell.
That's cheap.
Yeah. Damn sure Bissell. The Bissell was getting their ass whooped.
Yeah.
So, and you would vacuum 100 times. So you're like 1, 2, 3, back and forth. In one spot. In one spot with whatever vacuum they got. You would vacuum the hell out of that shit with that Bissell. You go literally 100 times. And then, all right, so look, I just vacuumed this shit 100 times. Okay. 100 times over and over and over. You just watch me. I counted it out in front of you. Right. And so you would take the Kirby. I'm a vacuum in the same spot. Now, if there's any dirt that come on this dirt pad, you know it's time for your new vacuum, right? Because at that point, if you don't know that, that means you're cool with vacuuming in one spot 100 times, which I'm sure you don't vacuum in one. When you vacuum, you don't vacuum in one spot 100 times.
No, you don't.
So that's assuming you vacuum in each spot 100 times, right? But if there's any reason why any dirt, that lets you know right there that vacuum just does not work. That shit is trash. Yeah. So I'll take the Kirby. I'll go right over that same spot. As soon as I start vacuuming, you can see it's a clear little window in the dirt canister. You can see dirt start coming on it, and people's mouths will be like, "Wow, what the fuck?"
The proof is in the pudding, yo.
You just vacuum over. I know. I'm still on 23, 24, 25 with the Kirby. I ain't even nowhere near 100 yet. Should I keep going, or do you realize you need a new vacuum?
You know, it'd be really cool if the same way you can like show someone something that's so evident like that, if you could show them like the results of working out. Like, yo, watch this.
Right.
This is gonna be you in 3 weeks.
Right.
That'd be nuts.
That'd be dope.
When someone invents that, they'll be.
That's gonna change them. Yeah.
And that's gonna get everybody working out. Because I feel like if you could visualize it, Like that's gonna put
If
you
it
in there.
just shows you exactly how it will work and show you, hey, if you do this in 6 months, doing this is exactly what it's gonna look like.
Or even like I know like when you're working out and shit, you can like count calories. But if there was a way to like fine tune, like a way to measure exactly like how much fat you're losing with every single movement. And the more you move, like the more you can see like the shit like kind of going out. Okay, if I just keep working out, you know what I'm saying? Because as far as like the vacuum shit you were saying, it's kind of like live action, real evidence right there. Like in terms of like marketing and demonstration and all that kind of shit, it's kind of like live proof. Like they're showing you right there. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy though. So how long did you do that for? The Kirby thing?
I did that for about a couple of years. I wound up getting promoted to this position in there called DPS to the point to where, like, at the Kirby office, I had my own office. Okay. And I actually started hiring, like, through, like, Indeed and Craigslist, people who were looking for a job. And I started hiring people to work for Kirby. And then after the hire date, I trained them to go in there and do the demonstration. That's how I still remember the shit because after I hire them, then I would be the one to train them. And then I got rewarded off of how many new people I sent to the field, and they went to go sell what they would call a icebreaker. So that's their first Kirby sale, right? That shit is nerve wracking. Go in somebody's house if you ain't never did that shit before, like, and go sell a Kirby. That is nerve wracking the first time to knock on somebody's door or get knocked in somebody's door, and go and then go pitch them a Kirby in their house because it's like it's a house, you in their environment. It's like you got to sell them, so you get that shit right there. Takes the ultimate confidence and knowing your shit. But the very first time, you're going to be like, what the hell? Like, think about the first time you want to go knock on somebody's door to go pitch them something about a business. Like, think about going in a house and then doing a whole 40, 50-minute presentation. Yeah. Like, the first time, you can be shook. You can be like, damn, I'm in these people's house. Like, what if they kick me out? What if I just
get to know the family and shit.
Right, but that's what you're supposed to do. You got to go in there. You got to go in there high energy. Like, is that little Timmy over there? What's up, little Timmy? What's up? I'm the Kirby man. What's happening, man? You good?
You ever bag anybody? You ever pull any moms during the sales pitch? That'll be the ultimate come up, yo. Not only do you get a sale, you get like a sale with some tail.
Yeah, sale with some tail.
For sure.
Nah, I ain't never bagged nothing. I mean, you flirt with, depending
keep it professional.
You keep it professional. You do a little light flirt.
Unless they really come on to you, baby.
Unless they come on to you, then it's like, okay, well, first of all, it's about his vacuum.
It's never happened to you?
No,
never.
Okay, nope. Like I said, I got it was some flirtatious ones in there. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody ever took it that far?
But most homeowners are married. You know what I'm saying? They. Not really, but like I said, every now and then you might see the daughter come downstairs and she'd be like, "Who that?" You know what I'm saying down there. What they talking about? Let me come see. Like, you'll get that, but that's about it. But yeah, man. So fast forward to now, and I know I'm talking a lot, but this is the Going Out podcast, right? So we're gonna go all out. Yeah, man. Always stayed in shape, and just learn more of my craft because I've always stayed in shape, even after college. Ironically, the one time I really stopped eating healthy and stopped lifting was when I worked for Kirby because that was a demanding job.
Yeah, took a lot of time.
Working those doors, it took a lot of time. So that was like the most unhealthiest, in my adult life I ever was. And I stopped lifting, I stopped doing dieting, I stopped doing everything. It just was... eating on the go, eat snacks, drinking, and that was it. No working out. And then like a year after that, after doing that for 2 years, I wanted to leave the industry because I started to feel myself like this ain't me. Like
you talking about selling back?
I'm not even like I don't even my physical appearance is not looking right. Like I don't like that.
Right.
So I wound up leaving the industry. And that's when I started back working out. That was around 2017. And I haven't stopped ever since. And then, people seen, what I look like as a drum major all the way up until now. And everybody just asked me for fitness advice. Okay. Right? Like they started, like most trainers do, they start asking me for fitness advice. Like, man, what do I do when I go to the gym if I'm trying to build bigger arms, a bigger chest and whatnot. So, you know, all the side, I've always had fitness clients.
You've been in shape your entire life, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. As even in 1 year, I didn't work out. I was still like kind of shaped. Like I still played pickup basketball, stuff like that.
What was like your earliest memory where you can remember like you actively telling yourself like, okay, I'm gonna get in shape, I'm gonna do this exercises, and started visualizing yourself like how you wanted to look and what kind of physique you wanted to be in? Like how old were you?
So honestly, when I got serious about it, when I really sat down, it's like, okay, this is what I want to look like. This is what I want to feel like. It was really 2017. It was like, It was after I read the 10X rule by Grant Cardone. Shout out to Grant Cardone. I read that shit. And the methodology of that book is whatever you think you need to do to, you know, accomplish a goal, said goal, or this goal, or these many goals, you got to do 10X the effort.
Okay.
To do it. Like you think you need to do this much, but you really need to do 10X much. No matter what it is, no matter what the goal is, whatever you think off the rip that you think you need to do to accomplish that goal, you actually need to do 10X more of that goal. It's a derivative.
You read the book?
Yeah, I read that whole entire book, and that changed my perspective on everything, like life in general.
I've heard
but
about
definitely,
the book.
but definitely, like my fitness and health. It's like, okay, you think going 4 days a week is cool? You need to be going 6 to 7 days a week. You think eating this much protein is that? No, like you need more protein than that, right? And that's when, like, I seen my body really change. Like then I started going doing 2 a days. I was like, I started getting up in the morning and going, and then I went at night and went again, right? Then I doubled down and I started meal prepping, right?
How old were you then? This is 2017. Were you
2017?
like 16 or?
I was 27.
27?
Yeah,
27? 27? Wait, 2017, okay.
Yeah, I graduated.
My bad. I'm thinking like 2007.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
My fault. I'm like 10 years off. So
That's-
2017, okay.
That's when 2007 was when I graduated high school.
Yep.
But yeah, 2017, that was my golden year. That was 27.
You turned 28 that year?
Yeah.
Okay, you were born in 89. Okay. 1990.
Okay. Yep. So, but it was when I read that book that I started really turning up on my fitness shit. Like, I really started like going crazy, and people seen that. Like, and then I started just transforming. Like, which I had muscle memory already, so it was already working for me. But that's when I started turning up. Like, and if you haven't read the 10X rule, read that shit. Read it. It's by Grant Cardone. That's gonna give you a whole perspective. That's gonna let you know that you really not doing as much as you think you doing, or as much as you need to be doing. Because that's gonna let you know, like, you need to follow what you're doing up by even 10 times the action.
Right.
But you can't stop there after you do it. You got to follow that up by even more action. That's what that method teaches in there, and that's what in life. I sometimes I have to go back and read that book because it's like if I feel myself like not doing what I need to do, but with more action on it too, then I'll go back and like read certain chapters of that book to make sure, like, because it's really that's how I turned my physique up all the way to the point where fast forward, you know, I was able to back in 2021, so right after the pandemic, you know, of course I stayed in shape during the pandemic. You know, I was out there, had my lady out there, we was running, we was exercising, I had my little bench and I had my couple little dumbbells and my couple little plates. And we worked out during the pandemic. Like, we didn't stop working out. But right after that, I invested into a coach, Brandon Carter. Shout out to Brandon Carter, King Keto on Instagram. I invested with him, and I transferred. Now, again, once the pandemic ended, I still had a couple of clients that worked with me.
Nice.
But I know I wanted more. Well, really, I got to rewind, right? So after I left the Kirby company, I went to Allstate. So I actually got licensed in property and casualty insurance to be able to sell home insurance, renters, car insurance, motorcycle, boat, you name it.
Gotcha.
And this is where it all comes full circle, because it's like, when I worked for Allstate, so Allstate, by the way, has one of the biggest the second biggest headquarters here in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
So the main headquarters is in Northbrook, Illinois for the Allstate company, and then the next headquarters in Charlotte. So I started working there. Did pretty well, and I got transferred to a local agency out in Charlotte, and I went there and did really well, selling just insurance, managing policies, things like that. But then all of a sudden, Allstate corporate, they made a rule to where it was like that made, I don't know, like it felt like almost half of their customers not eligible to even get a policy.
Damn.
So I couldn't even sell them to them. So now you messing with my pockets. So that cut my income in half, my commission in half. And I'm like, bro, what are y'all doing? Because I was doing really well. Like I seen myself going to like the promised land. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so it's gonna be somebody to come fuck up the money, fuck up the pot.
Corporate, man. I'm telling you, these companies, they don't give a damn.
Yeah.
When they wanna fuck you, they're gonna fuck you.
Yeah.
That's real shit. So you always gotta be on your shit. Cause Allstate, they fucked me.
100%.
When I went to that local agency, I thought that was the best thing ever. I was like, I'm finna eat here. Cause it's like a lot of them people that worked at that agency, which was a smaller agency, obviously not the big headquarters, the CCC, the Customer Contact Center. When I came there, my training was immaculate. And I was already, think about it, good in sales. I had that experience. So it was like I went there eating. But then when Allstate Corporate made that decision that basically cut my income in half, it's like, nigga, I got kids. Yeah. Like, this ain't gonna work, bro. So I was just like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? And this was around and this was, when I said I'm had to backtrack. This is right before COVID even happened. Well, right around during COVID happening. So I'm like, not only that, it's like, it was right after. It was right after COVID. But not only that, that was that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, this not gonna work for me.
Right.
It's not gonna work for me. So I was already like, I gotta do something. Like, maybe I'm just gonna work for myself. And then I discovered King Keto, shout out to Brandon Carter, on Instagram. And, I hired him as a business coach, even a fitness coach, on how to grow my online fitness business.
Okay.
And fast forward, that was in the beginning. It was March 2021. It's June 2024. I'm still doing that. And he was able to actually, once I quit that job, and I actually took a chance, I quit that job, and I invested a lot of money in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people won't make that investment. Most people will be scared to make that investment into themselves. Right. You're talking about north of almost right under $10,000. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot to invest in yourself after just quitting the job. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the beginning. So that's how you got into like the fitness business.
Yeah. So that's how I got into the fitness business. And even then before, I wasn't certified, but between my own personal research and then like I actually did at one point started the NASM certification for a certified personal trainer. So I got through like more than half of that course alone. But I stopped because my workload started getting crazy around those Allstate times. So I never finished it, but I still had that knowledge. And I can continue to just teach myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you don't need a certification to be an online trainer or a trainer in general. Only if you're working in a gym do you need, that for insurance purposes. Right.
So how'd you get into club security? Like where'd you like make that connection? Were you recruited because you was like already in shape or was it like, did you have a plug or how'd that happen?
Kind of both. I had a plug and I was already in shape. So my cousin from New Orleans, Adolph, shout out to my cousin Adolph, my young cousin, he came down here after Katrina. So he's one of those of my family who basically lost everything in Katrina. And his whole family came down here with nothing but bags.
Gotcha.
But fast forwarded, FEMA got them straighter than straight. They was able to get a house, a car, go shopping, all of that shit. FEMA got all them people straight. Shout out to FEMA. And, he's been down here ever since then, ever since Katrina. And so fast forward, even when I feel like back around 2017, he started bouncing at clubs. I remember seeing that. And I was just in the work field. He had always been asking me, like, Chris, I'm going to need your help. Like, what I'm saying? Like, you in shape. Like, I'm gonna need you to come, I'm gonna need your help. And Adolf, he's not in shape. He's not a fitness guy. He'll work out every now and then. But you know, he from New Orleans. He a real nigga. So he gonna ride when it's time to ride. That's one thing I can say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be no questions about it. You know what I'm saying? I know really conversations about it.
Right.
You know. So he been doing it for a while. And this is my younger cousin. And so you know, back in 2021, the beginning of 2021, he actually started working for a guy because we went to high school together. He was a grade under me. We went to high school together. He started working for a guy that I actually went to high school with. And he had started reaching out to me a little bit after my cousin was saying that, saying, yo, like, I'm gonna need you, yo, C-Dub, like, to come work for my crew, because he had his own little crew. And I was like,
security company.
Yeah. So,
well, is this out here in Charlotte by this time? Or?
Yeah, this is in Charlotte. This is in Charlotte. So, like I say, around 2017, I was 2018-ish. I was still working for Allstate. Really started just working for Allstate all the way up until 2021 when I stopped. So they had been hitting me up. I was telling them, like, okay, cool. I'm gonna rock with y'all. I'm gonna rock with y'all soon. And then fast forwarded when I started working for myself. You know, I was running my online fitness biz. That's when they hit me back up one time. One Friday, it was like, yo, like, see, you busy this weekend? I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'm chilling for real. And it was like, yo, I'm gonna need you over here at Safari Lux Lounge.
Right. Oh, Safari.
Safari Lux Lounge. Shout out to Safari Lux Lounge.
Was that the first spot you ever did security at?
That was the first spot I ever did security at, officially. You know, aside from little, like, other spots is officially. So that,
what's it like over there though? Because Safari is like that's an after hour spot too, right?
It might be now. I don't know, but they closed that too. As far as they closed that too, like
it's like African, mostly African.
Yeah. So it was an African vibe. The owner was an African, little short, little rich man, like you know what I'm saying, like a little African cat.
Yep.
So yeah, they had the African vibe. They mix hip hop music and R&B in there too, but then it was always gonna bring it back to, you know, an African vibe, you know, reggae tone, things like that. So that was cool. That little experience was cool, man. But like the second night I worked there, bro, like I swear to God. So, you know, we think it split is on the smaller side, right?
Right.
Safari looks like smaller shit.
Oh, word.
That's
it's
even
smaller than explicit.
It's smaller than explicit, bro.
I've never been to Safari actually. I've been to Tropics or some shit like that. Some shit on Independence. Or not Tropics.
I think I heard of that.
Else. No, it's not Tropics.
Voltage?
No. Fuck, what's the name? It's the one on Independence, right by 4800. I'll think about it. When I remember, I'll tell you. But yeah, it's just like that though. But that's like more so after hour spot though.
Yeah, there might be. I think there might be an after hour spot. I remember being out there late. Well, no, it's been a couple times I was out there like a little bit later than 2 a.m.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was out there, but like the second night I worked, I remember my boy Corey, shout out to Corey, he was working one night. He was working the VIP section, which is small as shit. It's so compact in that VIP section, but the Africans gonna come in there and spend that bread. Right. You feel me? They gonna drop that money.
Right.
But order bottles all night. But it was this one time, you know, this cat was in the VIP. He was just looking ignorance was just on his face. Okay. He just had it on him. You know what I'm saying? You can smell at a certain point, you know what I'm saying? We've been doing it long enough. Like, I didn't know back then, but now I can see that shit a mile away. He just had ignorance on his face. He wanted to do something ignorant, or he was mad or something like that. So it's like, you know, he in the VIP section. It's already small as hell. He's standing in the whole way the bottle girls. Boy. The bottle girls was coming through. It's only one or two ways the bottle girls can get in that small ass section out there.
Niggas love being in the way, especially the girls.
Being in the way. He's just in the way. And then I keep walking the bottle girls through the joint, and I'm like, bro, excuse me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then somebody, they order another bottle, bro, excuse me, bro. I'm telling them that. And then my boy Corey peeped that from the other side of the club. He was like, yeah, man, this nigga, why he keep being in the way? Yeah. Like, obviously, by now, you get the point. You just get the fuck out the way. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I was like, I don't know. He was like, all right. For trouble. Yeah, he was asking for trouble. He's asking for trouble. It's like, y'all got girls over there. You got females. You sitting there looking like, like somebody just fucking stole your car. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, interact, have fun. You know what I'm saying? There's always those guys. You know what I'm saying? You know, so he's just sitting there, you know, and my boy Corey's like, this nigga, man, all right, he gonna make me, all right. So, mind you, this ain't like you split, but they ask questions first, then maybe grab or swing later. Nah, they not on that type of time. They swing first, ask questions later. Right. I found out. So my boy Corey, eventually, all it took was one more bottle girl to come through, and he just slightly just in the way. He's still not moving. He got that I don't give a fuck attitude. Right. I'm tough. I'm this. I'm that. Then, always want to be tough. Long story short, Corey stepped to him like, bro, I know you see my bottle girls coming through here, and you steady in the way, man. He like, man, I ain't in the way. I ain't doing shit, man. Da 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 da. Yeah. Corey just say, "Gate," just hit him. Shit. Right there.
You followed up.
Boom. Yeah. That's your fault, man. Like he looking at him like, I ain't do shit, man. I ain't do nothing. And we all sitting here watch you be directly in the way. Like not even trying to move. Like you making them squeeze upon you with sparklers and bottles and shit. And you just in the way with a crazy looking look on your face. Like you about to do something. But you didn't until it was time. But Corey just boom, hit him. Then my little cousin came over there. And then Corey just kind of wailed on him a little bit. Just like boom, 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 knocked him up. Knocked him up so quick, he wasn't even ready for it. He just fell over. He fell right over. Then his homies looked over like, they looked up and was like, what the hell? And then Adolph jumped over the couch and AM said, cuz, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, Corey, you good? And he's like, this nigga being an asshole. Yeah. Being a fucking asshole, man. And he's like, and all I said, I'll never forget this. I seen Adolph look at Corey like this, my cousin.
Yeah.
Give him the nod.
Gave him the signal.
He gave him the signal, and he just started, Adolph just started wailing on, bro. I was like, oh, shit. And then what's crazy is his boys looking at me like, bro, he ain't even do nothing, bro. He ain't even do nothing. I'm like, I'm ready. Now my face is balled up. I'm ready because I'm thinking this boy's finna jump in. Yeah. So I'm looking around like, eyes on 100, like, who finna jump in? I'm finna hit you. As soon as I see you, I'm hitting you. I don't care who you are.
Was that a regular occurrence over at a Safari or like?
Nah.
Just once in a while thing?
Unfortunately, after that incident, so that happened. They beat the shit. My cousin and Corey damn near mopped them up, and then my cousin went over there and finished the mop up. And then after that, niggas just took him out the club.
Damn.
They mopped him up. He got up. He was mad as hell. He got molly whopped up. His boys didn't do nothing. They looked at me just pleading like, he ain't do nothing. Hey, why y'all hitting him? I was like, bro, y'all weak as fuck because I'll be damned if y'all hit my homie like that, regardless if he wrong or not, and I'll let y'all do that. Yeah, now, granted, if the other way around, that's just real shit. Yeah. Like, I'll be damned. I don't give a damn if he purposely stepped in the way. Yeah. Y'all not finna wail on my mans like that, but they didn't do nothing. They said they're looking at me like, he didn't do nothing, pleading to me. I'm like, he was in the way, bro. He deserved this. So
that's crazy.
But yeah, Safari Lux Lounge was our first official spot. And then, that's when the homie Amanda was like, yeah, I want you to come out here. Okay. We're going to need your services out there. And then,
So just Safari and Explicit? No other spots?
For, Will. Shout out to Will.
Oh, some of his other restaurants?
Some of his other restaurants. I done like a couple Christmas parties for him by myself. When they used to do the after hours over there as well, too. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it. Like Split has been the longest slate I've had when it comes to security. And then kind of the same deal with the fitness thing. We looked into the certification part of that as well too. So
yeah. It's funny with the fitness thing, I feel like a lot of security guards are like on some like, working out shit, fitness shit. A lot of niggas, are into that because I kind of feel like it naturally kind of goes together. Mm-hmm. But you see a lot of like big niggas, like just fat niggas out of shape. You see a lot of some niggas that'll be skinny as hell. So like, I don't know, like for a nigga like you who is in shape, you know what I'm saying? When you work in security and you see like a nigga that's like out of shape, really fucking big, or even another nigga that's like skinny as fuck, like what goes through your head? You know what I'm saying? When you see a nigga like that and you got to work with this nigga on your team.
I'll just be like, man, listen, you big as hell, but you better be ready to scrap. You better be on your shit. You better move fast.
Yeah.
Because if not, if you don't move fast enough, if you lagging behind because you big as hell,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna come talk to your ass.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is you doing? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Honestly, the split is the only one that's done had that obviously
Yeah.
anywhere that done had them like that. But if you
I see
big,
them-
you
I
better
see
be
them
on your
niggas
shit.
everywhere. Yo. I see big niggas everywhere.
No, now I'm starting to see it now.
Everywhere.
Being after like a year being at a split, now I'm starting to realize, okay, like a lot of you niggas is like just big as hell.
Yeah.
Like, and not
Yeah.
like body
why-
fat big.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like you take up a lot of space big. Like,
Yeah. I guess
and
that's
I get it, but it's like
yeah.
you could probably do something about that at the same time. And if you need help, I'm your man's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn my light back on.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll pause it. All right, we're back again. So, I remember the name of the club, Bacardi.
Bacardi
Lounge, yeah.
Bacardi
That's the name of the
Lounge.
spot. It's on Monroe Road. But it's very similar. It's like African spot. But they still open like late though. So they do like after hours. They'll sell liquor up until like 2:00.
Gotcha. Kind of like a Infinity Live right
I like
now.
Infinity Live. I really like going there. I've been there like only twice though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Infinity Live, I only been there once actually. And it was like, okay. By the time we got there, it was straight. We got there, we got off of work one day and went there. For Miss Penny's birthday, matter of fact.
Penny's birthday, yeah.
Miss Penny's birthday. She was like, come on, we all going to Infinity Live. And it was like,
Yeah. I miss Miss Penny. So, what was I about to say? So, have you ever done like any private security ever? Like outside the club or anything like that, or?
Nope. I had a bunch of people reach out for private security. I've had people come up to the club and was like, yo, we might need your services. Because we from my company, we have a couple celebrities in town, real estate people, stuff like that. But I haven't necessarily took any official jobs yet with private security.
I got you. What is the biggest myth about working security at the club that you think people like will believe, or that you would like to correct, or like set the record straight that you would think?
I guess just thinking all security is gonna, just gonna steal off first and ask questions later. Like obviously at Split, we don't have that type of mindset, or that's not our methodology. That's not our mission statement. We want to basically, dim down a situation first.
Yeah.
Like, we want to unwind all the, anger and testosterone that happens, when people start to get into it at the club. And, we want to smooth out the situation first. Like,
Right.
just, take a walk with me outside. It's cool. I know, I get it. Let's just walk outside. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you cool. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not cool, then it's like, okay, well,
Right.
I get it, man. Tonight is your night. Just come back tomorrow.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Not even like get the fuck out, but come back tomorrow, man. Come see us. Y'all, I get it. Tonight when your night. I get it.
I do feel like I never really generally thought about security guards like that, but I do feel like some of them do be like on some like not trigger happy, but just be ready to pop off though. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas are just violent, yo, and they just like that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna shout out homie out right now, but maybe, but you know what I'm talking about. We had a homie like that.
Yeah.
I was like big on that shit, but it comes in handy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But you got to know how to like keep that shit under control. You know what I'm saying? Like professional.
Yeah.
At the same time.
That was his thing. It was just a little bit more harder for him to keep it under control.
Yeah.
And just because we didn't have the culture, our culture just was the opposite of that. Like we decrease in those situations. We decrease all the animosity and the anger in those situations. He, that person, he was with the shits.
Yeah.
He was with all the smoke.
Yeah. Some clubs they like edge that kind of shit on though.
Right.
In their security, they're like,
right,
to be extra like disrespectful and shit like that. But
yeah, he that's
extra edgy.
that's where he was coming from, and I think it just his personality and his way of securing things just didn't match with our culture. So
let me ask you an honest question though.
Yeah.
Do you think some of it might have just been for the hoes, flexing for the hoes, or nah?
I mean, it's a little show off in there. It's a little like, let me whoop these dudes' ass and get them the hell up out of there, so all the females will know, and then they know I ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it was a little bit of that, but
whatever works, man.
But for the most part, that was what he wanted to do, and that's what a lot of security. That's depending on where you at. That's their culture. They want to steal off first, ask questions later. You know what I'm saying? Some security might be haters.
Right.
You never know. They might be hating on you. Right. That happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got homies that happened to, and they'll call me and be like, "Yo, Chris, like that's fucked up, man. Bro just came at me like they over here about to jump me." It's like I'm telling them like I'm good. Like, bro hating on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had I can name some people. I ain't gonna drop no names, but it's like, some security, they'll hate on you if you go in there and you like you doing your thing, and then the first sign of trouble, they'll try to try you.
Yeah.
Or if it even look like you doing something you ain't supposed to be doing, they'll come over there and try you.
I mean, what do niggas be hating on though? They just be like for niggas like bagging some shorties or some
shit. You think you that guy. You think
they're human beings. They're human beings. And the security, the regular people, they get I guess feelings of jealousy or they be hating and shit, but that's crazy.
It happens, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, it's like, I don't know why. I wouldn't get it. It's like, if I'm telling him, like, turn up, bro. Like, have fun. Yeah. That's what you out here for. Like,
exactly.
Have fun. Like, if anything, shit, I was a fucking waiter in college.
Those must be the security guards that don't get no hoes, though. That's what it is.
It's that, too. There's that.
How's that for you, though? At the door, you see everything walking at the door.
Man, listen.
You see everything.
Hey. You see everything, man. You see, and they're gonna say something to you. They're gonna say something to you. But me,
they be talking to you. I know they do.
They be talking to it. They come up. Some of them be lit.
Yeah.
Some of them be lit, and they just already be on go.
On go.
On go. They be ready, and it's just like, listen, I ain't the one. I ain't single.
True.
I ain't single out here.
Yeah,
so
you do got the wifey out home.
So, shout out to wifey. You watching this. What's up, baby? But, I just be like, man, I either, my counterparts would love that. They love that.
Right. Yeah.
They're into that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That part's not a myth.
No, that's not a myth. That's not a myth. That's true. You know what I'm saying? Especially, sometimes, split the ratio can get crazy.
Oh, it gets crazy. Yo, they get crazy, and they be having, I ain't gonna lie, it be some joints in there, bro.
Right.
Some baddies in there.
I be telling my friends, I be like,
y'all coming in there naked.
Y'all need to come in there. Like, y'all would be in heaven. Like, y'all would love that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to pull up. And a couple of times they will. Some people listen to me. They'll pull up and they'll come in there. And it's like, I'm trying to tell you, But it's like, but yeah, they'll try you too. They don't care. You just got to stand your ground and just do your job. That's it. But
facts.
That's
funny. All right, so tell us more about your fitness content, because you've been doing that for a while. That's like your big thing now.
Yeah, man. So, again, I've been running the online fitness training for 3 years now. So over 3 years now, man. And I look for that guy who wants to who's like me, right? So maybe you were that guy in sports one time before, and we got older, we start having kids and things like that. Maybe you fell out of shape, right? Maybe you chose a different path, or you're a father, or you're a busy businwant.
Dad bod is a real thing.
Dad bod is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
speaking as a father myself.
I want to create the new dad bod.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason why you can't be on your shit. And you can have I feel like you should, especially as a dad, out of anybody, or a single man too, but as a dad, you should, having a damn near elite physique. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, your wife is gonna fall in love with you, or your girl is gonna fall in love with you. She's gonna love that. You ain't got to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got that confidence where it's like, no, my lady ain't going nowhere long as everything else is on top. Like, my lady ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Like look at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got that confidence, right? And not only that, in business, right? Like health as well.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like on that account too, you know, it's synonymous. You want to be able to walk in a room with people and have certain conversations with people and look the part and have that confidence to be able to be like, yo, I belong in this room too.
Yeah.
Like it, you know, first appearance is everything.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what? And I watch a lot of podcasts, and I hear this time and time again, especially like business podcasts. You know, some of the ones I listen to, and one of the things they talk about, fitness comes up quite often, right? But one of the things they do say is like when you see a person that's in shape, right, or even a person that's jacked, right, when they come in the room, they command a lot of attention, right? Because it's like that's something that looks amazing, and you knew what kind of work it took to build that and to chisel that and to craft that, right? So when the person sees that, it's like, damn, they kind of get maybe they can get an idea, but they don't really even have an idea of like what the kind of work you got to put in and the discipline and the dedication that it takes to do that. So when you see a person that's like that, it's sort of like, damn, I kind of want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? You kind of like garner a lot of attention, but it also ultimately it gives you a lot of respect. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of credibility at the same time. Because like, all right, I know, or at least wise people would know this, and like they'll believe that, you know, if I see a person that's like in shape, that's got their shit together, they're gonna be able to handle their things on other things when it comes to business, right? If I give you a plan and I want you to execute, you're gonna be able to do it, right? So it's things like that, like you find that kind of thing, like the military is like a really core part of like their value and like their foundations, right? So, but yeah, that's I think one of the key advantages of like being in shape, especially like if you're into business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And kind of trying to put yourself out there.
Yeah, for sure. They're one and the same. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to business and being in shape, it's like, you know, some people will tell you that even if you're rich, you got all this money, bank account looking crazy, but it's like you're still irresponsible in a way, because how do you look yourself, have this big ass belly? You know what I'm saying? Like how do you look in the mirror with that and be okay with that, but not be okay with your account looking like that? You know what I'm saying? Like you won't let your account, you know, get small. So why you letting your belly get big? You know what I'm saying? Like it don't make sense.
Yeah.
It don't go together. So it's like some people will tell you that, and then but that one thing about that is, you know, more and more rich guys nowadays, you know, you look at Instagram now, they're getting in shape. They getting their ass in shape. They in the weight room. They eating right. They didn't hire the coach. Like they getting right now. So because people are starting to realize that the one and the two are the same. And it's like if you could put in the work to change your body, you know, then you can put in the work to change your business. You get what I'm saying? You know, if you got high standards for yourself, you're gonna have high standards for your business. Right. So it's one and the same. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like, yeah, you can get money and be a fat ass, but it's like, you know, are you going to be here to enjoy it? Right. Right? Because you don't take care of your health. It don't matter how much money. You can't take it with you. Right. You can't take it with you. True. So it's like I see nowadays, which is great, more and more people starting to realize that. But again, there's also more and more people who don't. And that's why I love what I do, because especially, you know, for us, you know, for anybody in general, but especially for the black man, right? Like we gotta be in shape, right? Because it's like, we'll, black don't crack, of course, but at the same time, as a black male, there's a statistic that literally shows that black women are outliving us. Yep. I forgot the numbers. I want to say, I forgot. I don't want to say nothing wrong, but there's definitely a statistic. You can look this up. There's a statistic that black women are outliving us because black men are more risky, willing that we're more willing to try things with our bodies than black women are. Yeah. Right. Of course, the statistics between crime, right? When you want to black on black, if that's the thing, I'm just using it as an example, but black on black crime, right? Men are the one who suffer from that. Black men. So when it comes to crime, we're the ones that's leaving this earth because of that stuff right there. So black women are actually outliving us. Yeah. So when I found that out, it's like, damn, like how do we change that? Because that's not cool. They need us. Right. The world needs us. Facts. Literally. Like, so it's like, that's one of the reasons
Damn
why
right.
I do what I do is because like stuff like that alone, right? And also just too, like myself realizing, you know, how I felt when I wasn't at my best, when I wasn't in an elite shape. You know what I'm saying? For real, like my confidence grown. And it's hard to be confident when you don't have nothing confident to be about. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you gotta look in the mirror and be like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like the easiest way, if you want to get more confidence just in general, period, the easiest way to do that is to take care of your body. Lift weights, eat right. That's gonna, if you want to do that, you could do that starting tomorrow.
100%.
Start tomorrow if you just want more confidence. So that's why I do what I do, and I teach people how to do it the right way and not have to go through the years of you know struggling. And it's work. I got tons of success stories. You go to my Instagram page, you see a lot of my before and afters. A lot of guys I work with, you know, personally, let me know like, dang, bro, like you changed my life. Like I'm glad I ran into you, or I'm glad I discovered you here because it's like I had no idea what I was doing. Or you got people like I thought I was doing it, but I really fucking wasn't. Like what I was doing, this is shit compared, and I get it because it's like it's hard to. Most people can't be their own nutritionist.
Right.
Most people can't make their own workout program. Like you didn't learn this shit. That makes sense, and that's why. You know, I tell people nowadays, you know, like you probably need a coach. I had a coach to teach me this shit. I didn't just come up with it on my own. I learned a lot of it on my own, but the other half of it I just did not know because you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
I had to ask for help. And that's where I come in for people like, and you get it. Some people, you know, don't see it yet. Some people it's not the right time, but eventually you understand like, okay, I might need some help with this thing. So that's why I do what I do, man.
So how do you get your content out like to your audience and to your market? Like what kind of I mean you mentioned Instagram, but like what kind of platforms are you using?
So yeah, man, just social media, but all platforms of social media. So I post on TikTok, I post on
TikTok,
Facebook, Instagram. I would probably say I need to turn up my YouTube though. That's the only place I'm slipping at.
Okay. I watch a lot of YouTube, yo.
I need to
long form content.
Long form talking about like I need to turn up on YouTube. My camera guy's been telling me that for almost 6 months now. We were supposed to do that this year, but we're gonna get it together for sure. I definitely forgot about YouTube because that's obviously a huge market for that.
Right.
So you know, when you get so much success from like Facebook and Instagram, it's like I didn't need YouTube, but eventually you're gonna happen. You're gonna have to when it comes to pushing out content, worthy content that's full of value, full of gems. You're gonna have to get on YouTube. So that's what that's you know, for the rest of the year, that's the project I'm working on is starting my YouTube and build that up because that takes time. Just like social media, but even a little bit longer because, you know, YouTube algorithm is different from an Instagram or Facebook. You know, you get one viral post on Instagram, you can get, you know, 5, 10K followers in a night if it go viral enough in one night. And then you look like
What makes someone go viral though nowadays for fitness? Like what's the formula?
That has changed over the years for me. So I guess I can give you the updated version. And that's going to be what they would call top of the funnel content. Okay. So what top of the funnel content is, and a lot of people don't know this, so I'm gonna school y'all right now. I learned this from somebody else in the industry as well too, Natasha. Shout out to Natasha out there in Vegas, about over there at Customer and Profits, TVAC, what they call them. Top of the funnel content is something that is entertaining, but also brings value that everybody can relate to. Not a niche down market, not, you know, just a specific person I'm talking to, even though like a lot of my content, what I was taught is to niche down because, you know, there's 2 million trainers on Instagram, right? How am I going to stand up? Why would you want to work with Chris White? Why did you want to come work with Nobody Cares, Go Live Fitness, right? So, you know, you want to be able to niche down and have your target audience that you talk to. Like I talk to guys who, you know, who may have been skinny and want to gain some muscle, or maybe even that skinny fat thing, right? Like you want to gain some muscle. Really, that's the guy I talk to. The father, you know, the father the businessman and the father. But
Yeah.
when it comes to content that goes viral, typically that's something that's entertaining, but also something that everybody can relate to. So that way they can share it, they can send it to their friends, they can engage in the comment like, oh damn, I do that shit too. That's what's going to get eyes on your shit, is that having that top of the funnel content. It's not niche down. It's something everybody on earth, like if they know what fitness is, can relate to and share and comment and repost.
Right.
That's what is going viral these days when it comes to like as far as fitness content. And hell, I'm still working on that. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. You know what I'm saying? It's easy, I can say that, but it's like you never know until it just hit. But you got to keep testing. And the thing about that is you can't say, hey, I'm about to make this post and it's gonna go viral.
Right.
Even if it's top of the funnel content.
Right.
It's a good chance, more than likely, it might not. So at that rate, you got to keep testing shit, and then you got to keep making shit, and then the better you'll get better eventually when you do it. But you don't know which one it's gonna be, so you got to keep making it, and you can't quit or you can't have an emotional feeling towards your content either.
Is there a second step? So like the top of the funnel is there, but then once you get their attention with the kind of high level attention grabbing shit, like how do you suck them in and get them into like
my world,
your world, your other content, maybe something you could sell them, make them a client. Like what comes next after that?
Middle of the funnel content.
Okay, so that's
yeah. So I'm giving y'all the blueprint right here. What I learned, middle of the funnel content, right? So that's where you got a bunch of eyes now. You out of obscurity. You got. You went viral. You just got like 5K, 10K extra followers. Everybody's engaging with your shit. They're watching your content. And now that's when you start creating content that speaks to the customer. And you realize it's going to be obvious when your shit go viral, right? And you get these new eyes, right? But now that's when you suck in the guy you want to talk to. So for me, that'll be the guy, the skinny guy who hasn't lifted in a long time or who just don't know what to do or they're trying to gain muscle. So I'd make content for them now. Right. And now I'm going to bring my specific customer out of that bunch of eyes because the top of the funnel content, that's just to get eyes. That's not to make no sales. That's not to convert nobody to your business. That's just strictly for eyes. Yep. That's just to draw them in. You use middle of the content to filter them down to the people who need and want to see your shit and will pay for your shit.
Okay.
Who's going to want to hire you? Like, I need help with that. He's talking about that's when you start niching down. Once you get those eyes on it and pull those people from there. Okay. Right? Because everybody from the top of the funnel, most of the people from the top of the funnel is not going to be your customer. They're not going to buy shit from you. They just fuck with your shit because you cool or you look good or both or, your shit's entertaining or they just can learn something from you. But they might not be your customer. Right. They might not be your person.
So let me ask another question, just to back up a little bit, to give our listeners and our viewers like an example. So like top of the funnel content, like an example, like what would that look like? Because I know there's like gimmicks and strategies out there that probably work, right?
Right. Yeah. So again, you could do, for example, right, in fitness, you could do. I'm giving you one of my content ideas, right? One of my recent ones, right? So one of my top of the funnel ideas was to shoot this content to where it's me, right? I'm in the gym and I'm doing, let's say, some Arnold press, some shoulders, right? But I'm just doing them like this. I'm going fast as shit doing them. And you see people like lifting like this in the gym. People really do this shit, which is the wrong way to do shoulder press or Arnold press, right? You're going too fast. You're not even getting enough contraction in your muscles for them tears to really tear. Right. Because when you lift weights, you tearing your muscles. You're tearing your muscle fibers. That's what that is. You're doing damage to your muscle fibers. So you going like this, you're not even giving you enough time to really contract and tear. You know what I'm saying? All you just doing is a bunch of movement. You know what I'm saying? There's like barely any tearing, any damage to your muscle fibers happening. Right. So I'll create a video starting off like this, right? And then you'll see me doing this. And then the camera will switch and it'll be another me but saying, yo, talking to the wrong me. Yeah. What you doing? Yo, chill. Like, why you doing them so fast? And it'll switch back to the wrong me and be like, bro, I'm doing shoulder press, bro. What's going on? No, man. That's not how you do shoulder press. Watch me, man. And then to go back to correct me. Okay. And then I'll show them. So what you want to do with shoulder press is you want to bring them all the way down, right? And then you want to come up, in a nice rhythm, not too fast, and then count 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004. So that way, now you actually contracting the muscle. Mm-hmm. Now you and then you'll see Romy in the background switching like, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right, cool. So it's just me the whole time, but wrong me and right me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm bringing it back down, and that'll be 1. Mm-hmm. And you come back up. Now you got that full extraction on your muscle. Mm-hmm. Now your muscle is really getting that repairs. Now you can actually make some actual gains versus doing this shit. Right. And then to go back to wrong me and be like, okay, let me try that. Boom. And then what that does is that's entertaining.
Yeah.
That's funny. You get value from it. Now you've learned some shit.
Yep.
Like, damn, somebody's probably looking at that like, I do my shoulder press like that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so what he's saying is I need to slow that shit down so I can get a full contraction, especially on a negative, on the coming down part, which probably in the caption I'm gonna give you value, which is eccentric movements, which is slowing that when you come down from a squat or when you come down with a shoulder press. That's what an eccentric movement is. So now you just learn some shit, boom, that could go viral. Okay. Because you're hitting every part of what you would call top of the funnel value. All right, so y'all heard it here. All right, y'all got the blueprint live, my people. Y'all got the blueprint. That's how you create top of the funnel value. And again, there's still a chance that it could hit, it could do okay, or it can go super duper viral. Either way it go, you got to keep testing it out.
Gotcha. All right, so then middle of the funnel content. Real quick, like what's that's like? That's a little bit deeper, probably a little bit longer form. You said it's niche down.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's gonna be so still some short form content. So but that one would probably be like, here's 4 ways to get enough protein when you're a busy dad. See how specific that was? Now I'm not talking to everybody. I'm talking to the busy dad who wants to gain muscle, but they feel like they're so busy and they don't have time enough to meal prep because they got to deal with the kids. They got to get the kids right. You know what I'm saying? So now at that point, I'm just talking to them, that guy who wants to put on lean muscle, but he's a dad, but he's busy. Yeah. So he may not know how to get enough protein because he feels like he's so busy, but in a way he can if you just do these 4 steps. These 4 steps. So now I'm pulling the busy dads who want to gain muscle but don't know how to, right out of those eyes I just got from the top of the funnel content. And now they looking. They still may be a customer, right? But now they in your world now, like, okay. And then you just keep dropping content like that. And now the thing is too, this process has to be repeated. But guess what? Now you know it's predictable.
Exactly.
Now you can scale. Yep. That's the thing about it. And that's how I was able to grow my Instagram. When I first started in online business and online fitness training, I had like 2,000 followers on Instagram. Now I got upwards of 10K.
10K?
10K followers.
Damn.
I'm probably I've actually lost some followers recently because for y'all don't know, you're still watching on live, I'm also now certified personal trainer, but I'll be working in a gym also. So I know I haven't announced this or posted this anywhere, but I'm actually going to be at Crunch Fitness. So if you're in Charlotte, the new Crunch Fitness on Steel Creek, I will be a coach there. So
definitely give my boy a shout. Go check him out.
Go check me out. We still ain't got a grand opening date, but what I will tell you is it's the biggest crunch in Charlotte. That shit is massive, and I can't wait. Yeah. It's you talking about. It's probably the biggest gym you've probably been in Charlotte. It's bigger than Fitness Connection. So it's bigger than all the other crunches in North Carolina. It's the biggest crunch in North Carolina. It's a $5 million gym. So check me out, Crunch Steel Creek. If everybody who wanted to do who don't want to do online training with me, by the way, because I get that a lot too. That's an objection. Right. People want in person still, right? Yeah. And then getting away from COVID now, like obviously on the back end of COVID when I started, everybody was kind of on that online wave. So nowadays you do get a lot of people who starting to like want that interaction. Hell, me too. Me too. That's why I actually decided to be a coach at Crunch, because even at the beginning of this year, I was like, dang, like I got a couple of online clients who I do hybrid training with. How
does that work though? Is it like is it over Zoom or like is it just pre-recorded
online
videos
training? Yeah. So I actually have my own app.
Okay.
I actually have my own app, my own customized
tell us about
app.
That. What's the name of the app?
So the app is called Nobody Cares Go Live Fitness. The fitness app.
I heard you say that earlier. So that's the name of your company.
That's the name of my company, which is Nobody Cares, Go Lift. By the way, I named it that because when it goes back to when we're talking about, just stuff that happens in life, right? Like, for example, I had to end my football career, but it's like I can cry about that, but nobody cares what you're gonna do about it.
Yeah,
you can go lift. You go lift. You can go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? I bet you'll feel better about it for the most part. You know what I'm saying? You lost your girlfriend. Nobody cares for real.
Yeah.
But guess what you can do?
Go lift.
Go live. You feel me? Like what? Any bad thing that happens in life. You know what I'm saying? That's the ideology about that. Like you're gonna feel better if you lift. And you'll lift again, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? And turn that into a lifestyle and just focus on you.
Yep.
That's the ideology behind Nobody Cares, Go Lift. I know if you heard Nobody Cares, Work Harder. That's cool. But trademark, by the way, Nobody Cares, Go Lift.
I like that.
Nobody cares, go lift. So stop caring, go lift. But so with the app, man, so it's an exclusive app. Like I said, started it back in 2021. All my clients get access to it. It's pretty cool. It's some cool shit, man.
Yeah.
So I get to basically monitor all their food. So with my app, it's compatible with a bunch of other apps. So Fitbit. One is My Fitness Pal. So the cool thing is when it comes to my clients' nutrition, I actually work with a nutritionist, a certified nutritionist, and she creates all my clients' meal plans customized. So no cookie cutter meal plans, nothing, nobody telling you eat 6 times a day chicken and broccoli and rice. Nobody telling you that shit. They get real live meal plans customized for them according to their specific goals. And then they get them on the app so they can print them off, they can save them to their phone, and all their nutrition plans come with a grocery list so they know what to shop for.
Okay. And
they come with a recipe list. So they have that on there. On a workout tip, every workout that I give my clients has videos. So it's actually me in the video. It's like a 10-second video showing you how to do a shoulder press or a front shoulder rope raise or whatever the case. I got over 1,000 workouts on that app and counting because I'm always adding new videos and coming up with new workouts and new circuits and things like that. So those are customized, right? But I already have the workouts on there. So depending upon your goals, which a lot of my customers are the same, I focus on building muscle.
Yeah.
Even if you're trying to lose some fat, muscle is going to be your primary fat burner.
Yeah.
Right? That not cardio. I don't know what you heard. Cardio ain't going to help you burn fat. It's always going to be building muscle. Cardio is going to help you burn the little extra calories at the end. Yeah, they will. Burn the active calories, but cardio is not going to keep the fat off either. Muscle will, because muscle is more dense than fat. So I focus on building muscle. You do need some cardio.
So if you build muscle, like the calories that you consume will, I guess, go to maintain the muscle rather than being stored as fat. Yeah. Right.
So all that's supported by making sure you hitting your food goals. And so I have them track their food through MyFitnessPal, and they link MyFitnessPal, that app. Everybody knows what MyFitnessPal is by now. You should. If you don't, you need to find out. They link it with my app. And then when they're tracking their food, I can see their food that they ate throughout the day, every day on my app. And then if they hit their food goals, guess what? The app will send me a text message to my phone, literally, and saying, hey, such and such just hit their food goals.
Yeah.
And then I'll comment on it right there. And I do this every day. And I'll say, yo, great job on hitting your food goals today. Keep it up, my boy.
That's good, because that's good for like accountability.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's honestly damn near 80% of what everybody needs is that everyday accountability.
Yep. I was going to say half, but definitely more than that, 80%.
80% at least, especially depending on who you are, depending on where you are in your journey. Some people more or less. But because I have some people, every day they're going to hit their food goals no matter what. That's just their standard.
Yep.
Depending on what your standard is. You know what I'm saying? But either way, I still comment and I'm like, yo, great job on your food goals. But if you don't, maybe you didn't eat enough, maybe you ate too much, guess what? At the end of the day, the app is still going to send me a notification on you not hitting your food goals. And then I'm going to comment on that and be like, yo, what happened, man? You didn't eat enough for fucking protein, bro. What happened? You got a meal plan. Why are you not following it? Let's get on that. They'll see that and they'll be like, my bad, Chris, man. My bad, I'm on it. So we get to fix it right then and there. It don't take a week to realize it. It take one day. At the end of the day, that message don't say you hit your goals. I'm going to go into the app and see where you fucked up at. Oh, you ate like 1,200 calories of Domino's pizza last night, bro. But it's not even that you ate the pizza. You can eat the pizza because you're tracking your food. So you know how much pizza you can have. That's the beauty of it. You ate $1,200, so you just said, fuck it.
Right.
It ain't like you didn't know. You could have easily tracked and said, okay, if I eat 2 slices of pizza, that's going to put me right at 60, 70 carbs. It don't take a minute but to do that.
Right.
Just like it take a minute to scroll through Instagram, it take a minute just to look and see. Yeah. All right, if I got 50 grams of carbs left over for the day when I'm done with carbs, how many slices of pizza can I eat? Oh, 2. Okay, good. Boom. At least I can eat 2 slices.
So with the meal plans, do you like design it yourself, or is it something where it's kind of like maybe like an app or resource that kind of assists you in designing
Nutritionist.
it? Nutritionist.
Okay. Nutritionist. She does it.
Oh, okay.
She does it. She designs them. She comes out. She calculates the numbers, and their numbers are super accurate. So it's different from if you go to Google and you type in, you Google a macro calculator and be like, okay, I'm trying to lose 30 pounds. How much should I eat? Because number one, a macro calculator on Google doesn't take things like your BMR,
right?
Your basal metabolic rate, your energy expenditure rate, things like that. Number two, once you do lose 20 pounds, guess what? Your calories might change then. Okay. You might have to adjust your calories then. So most people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to, even when you lose the first 10 or the whole 30 pounds, you're not going to be eating the same way after you lose the 30 pounds. Now you got to go up to maintenance calories. You're in a caloric deficit. Now you got to go to at least maintenance, if not a surplus, depending on what your goals are then. After that, whether you just want to maintain or maybe now you lost all that fat. Now you want to grow some muscle. Now you want to focus on that. Okay. Your calories are going to change. But again, they might change after you lose 13 pounds, depending on how fast you lost them. A calorie calculator ain't going to do that. I can. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like me monitoring that. Okay, you lost 15 pounds. I can see that. You've tracked it on the app. Boom. So now we might need to take your calorie. We might need to add more calories now because you were in a deficit in order to lose this weight. Now that you lost this weight so fast, now we might need to raise you up about another 100, just maybe 100, maybe 200 calories more per day. Okay. Google can't do that for you.
Right. So we talked about having the videos, kind of showing them how to do the workouts. You got the meal plans, kind of monitoring the thing. How do you... Unless you mentioned it before, is there a way you can actually monitor the workouts, like either like with their Apple Watches, their apps on their technology, and sort of sync that in and actually get the feedback and data on the actual exercises they're doing, the calories that they're burning?
Yeah, absolutely. So my app is also compatible with the Apple Watch.
Okay.
Yep. So you can add your Apple Watch on there, and so it shows when somebody completes a workout. And guess what? When somebody completes a workout, that's on their calendar because all my my clients have calendars on the app as well too, so they can see their workouts like a week ahead of time, so according to their schedule. So they already know what they're doing, by the way. But once they complete a workout, I get the notification saying, "Hey, such and such just completed their shoulder workout," and I click on that, and then it'll show calories burned, 400 calories, time it took, hour because they're timed too. Once they hit start on the workout, the timer goes off. Time it took, boom, active calories, total calories, boom. So I can see that if they got on the Apple Watch. And they got their Apple Watch hooked up to the app, so they can do that. And then right under that, I tell my clients how many reps to do, how many sets to do. They got the video for each workout in the entire workout, so they know how to do it. And then I can see, for example, if they did 4 sets of shoulder shrugs, and for each set they did 10 reps of 100 pounds. Okay. At that rate, I'll probably comment on it and say, okay, listen, now at this rate, you did 10 sets of 100 pounds, right? Not the first set, you did 10 reps. Second set, you did 8 reps. Third set, you did 6 reps. You did 10 reps. So at that point, now we got to start applying the progressive overload rule, meaning if you could do 10 of each on all 4 sets, you could have took that weight up a little bit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at that point, if you keep doing it like that, keep lifting the same weight, that's how you necessarily, and even though I learned recently that's not a such thing, plateau. Because now you're not challenging yourself. Because at a certain point, the thing is, our bodies are smart.
Yeah.
Right? Like our bodies are actually very brilliant. We
Right.
adjust to, like, if you ever realize, like, our bodies adjust after doing something a long time.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with fitness and lifting weights. So what happens is if you get used to doing shoulder shrugs at 100 pounds, at a certain point, your body's not going, that's all your body knows, is going to adjust to that, and it's just not going to change. And that's where you get a plateau, right? Or what you would think would be a plateau is because you're not challenging yourself no more.
You got to go up.
So you got to take it up. So what I would look for is first set of 10, you did 100 pounds. Second set of 10, you might have did 100 pounds 10. But that third set, you need to be up 110. And that fourth set, you did 10 sets of 120 pounds. That's what I look for. And that's how I monitor with my clients. So if I see that, and let's say they did that for every single workout and they've been with me now for over a month, then I'm going to let them know. After I get the notification that they completed the workout, I'm like, yeah, good job, by the way. Good work. You did the workout. So that's number one. That's most of the battle right there. Good job on the workout. However, and this is where the coaching part comes in. However, we don't need to be lifting the same. If you can get through 10 reps on all 4 sets, that means it's too light. By the time you get to the third and fourth set, it's too light.
I got you.
I can see if you were struggling with the same weight, like it started wearing you down. But you've been with me for a month now. Now you kind of conditioned, so now you should be able to, on that third and fourth set, take that weight up. If not, you're gonna plateau. And I'll tell them that right then and there.
So even with the progressive overload rule you're talking about, right? Let's assuming you're staying with that. Because is there a benefit or is there a difference between doing heavier weight, still doing with the progressive overload, low reps, versus lighter weight, high reps, still going up in weight? What kind of difference do you get in terms of results? What does it do to your body?
So when you do more reps, you said more reps,
Lower weight.
and lower weight.
Yeah.
That's more, in common terms or layman terms, that's more of a cardio infused lift, right? Like you're just gonna burn more calories, right? You're not gonna get stronger. You're gonna do some muscle repair. You're gonna do some muscle damage to it, because you did a lot of reps and you're still lifting weights. So that's more of, like I said, if somebody wants to tone, but I don't want to say this wrong because I want people to think you can get toned just by doing high reps, low weight,
Right.
because that's not the case. You need both, right? So it's good to switch it up, and I'm not talking about shocking your body.
Right.
That shit people be talking about, I need to shock my body.
Shock
That
your
shit
body.
is a myth.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as shocking your body. Olympic lifters do the same shit over and over and over the fuck again. Every day they train. They don't shock my body. And they're Olympic trained athletes. They do this shit. They're the best in the world to do this shit. And they do the same shit over and over and over again after day. They just get better at the technique. They get better at form, and they get stronger at it. But they do the same shit. So for any of y'all out there that think that, oh, I need to shock my body, I need to do something different and do different workouts every week, that's not how the shit goes.
Okay.
That's not how it goes. Like, I train my clients in phases, monthly phases. So they'll do the same split throughout the week for a month. But by that second, depending on if it's like that first month, by that maybe third or fourth month, you should be stronger, lifting more weight and doing more reps. That's what progressive overload is in general. Doing more reps, more volumes, and more different variations. That's what progressive overload is. By that third or fourth week, you're gonna be doing the same split. You're gonna do the same split the whole month. But by that third or fourth week, now you should be able to do more reps. You should be able to increase the volume and the quantity of it by the third or fourth week on those workouts that you'll be doing for the month. And then the next month, we'll do another different split. Not like 1 week you do this workout, second week you do this workout. So to answer your question, there's really no major benefit to doing one versus the other. High reps, low weight versus higher weight, lower reps. You do have like 1 rep maxes, say, or RIM, what they call it, or 1 RM, 1 rep max. You can do that. That's a thing, but it's like you just want to have a mixture of both. Right. It's better off. You don't want to choose one or the other. And you have people who do that. You have people who do a lot of reps, and I'm not knocking it. That's what you want to do. Cool. But and that's fine. You can still see results, doing either or, but if you want to build an elite physique and you want to get like actual like results and you want to keep growing, you incorporate both in your routine at all times.
Have you ever tried like doing any kind of boot camps or anything like that, like outside?
Like
promoting
hosting
it?
one,
Yeah, like promoting it and shit like that.
I thought about it. I'm not too big on boot camps just because I'm so big on people getting actual results.
For you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a boot camp.
They don't work. Boot camps don't work.
They're cool. They're
It depends on the
okay.
person in the boot camp.
It depends on your goals. It depends on the person. If you just want to have fun with it, you know, I'm all for it. Go to a boot camp. If that's what you want to do. If you want your fitness journey to be fun, you want to have fun doing the shit, go to a boot camp. I'm all for it.
I got you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool.
Ain't
nothing wrong with it.
Could be a money play though.
It could be a money. Well, it depends. It depends. It could be. But yeah. So I really haven't like thought about running one just because. Yeah, I'm just a pillar for fucking getting people results. And honestly, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can agree, but a boot camp is not going to help you get that beach body you want. I'm just saying. I'm not knocking boot camps. I'm just saying if you want a beach body, you want the 6-pack, ladies, you want glutes and thighs and all of that.
Right.
The boot camp ain't gonna do it.
That's more for community.
That's more for community. You know, having fun, interacting
if you're in
with
shape,
people.
good. You're cool. You're probably rock it if you're already in shape at the boot camp.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't knock it. Like you can go there and have fun. You know what I'm saying? It's like a run club. You know what I'm saying? But a boot camp. But a boot camp. You know, so but if you want that, you want that body, consistent nutrition, consistent weight strength training regimen, progressive strength training regimen, and some structure with that, and a decent cardio program. That's all you need.
I got you.
The basics.
Yeah. And
then being consistent with that for at least 12 months. You know, I'm learning now, like, you know, working in the gym, you know, they want to push the 12-month, you know, program on people. And I get it. I understand it. Now I really do. Because, and, you know, one of my peers, one of my fellow coaches, she's a female, she was saying, like, why you want to push 12 months on people? Like, honestly, for people to get where they want to get, honestly, it's going to take at least, that's just the beginning. I've had clients that's been with me, you know, and they'll test for 2 and 3 years. Yeah. And they've already, for the most part, hit their goal, or they're right there under their long-term goal. And they've been with me for 3 years. 1 year is just like, you're just now really, honestly, I'm just keeping the butt. Like, obviously, you can set short-term goals, 3 to 6 months. Like, okay, I want to lose 10 pounds here, 15 pounds here. I want to be able to at least lift this much weight. Yeah, of course. You got to break that down. But even at 12 months, it's like, that's like when you first really in your bag. Right. In your shit. Like, that's when you really realize, okay, I've been consistent for a year. This shit works. Yeah. So now you're not gonna stop. You've built the habit. You've built the consistency, the discipline. That's where I think all that kind of comes full circle after a good year of being consistent with your fitness and health journey.
Have you ever worked with any women before?
Yeah.
In the past? Yeah.
Yeah. I've done in person with women. And I've had a bunch of online women clients.
Okay. Do like your recommendations and like I'm assuming they do they differ between men and women, like in terms of the things you recommend they do, or?
Yeah, for sure. Women, they need the difference between women and men, especially like online, right? Or just in general. You know, they have different target areas that they want to work, right? So obviously, most women want nice legs, you know, solid glutes.
Yes.
A nice back now.
I like a soft booty though. Solid, but yeah, I like
soft booties are cool.
Yeah.
Soft booties are cool. But they want the glutes. They want some definition in the glute area. They want a nice back. A lot of women now want a nice back now. So that's what a woman's program is going to be shaped around that mostly. But you don't want to limit them either, because there's no such thing as spot reducing. So you want to give them a full-fledged program. But in terms of their target areas that you want to, you know, that their main goals are, that's what you're looking at. Guys, of course, want bigger arms, bigger shoulders, tries, buys, legs, and chest and back. So they want like that full round. So obviously their program is going to be different. Their reps and their volume is going to be different. Their quantity is going to be different than a woman. So yeah, it's just kind of it's going to be basically the same workouts, but just different quantity, just different volume, and a different split. Right. So you might give somebody the bro split, push. You know what the bro split is, right? Yeah. Push, pull legs, and then for the ladies, you do abs, glutes, back and arms.
Okay.
That's they split. That's the sus split. If you had to call it anything, the sus split. So yeah.
Is there one that you would recommend for folks working in like security, like nightclub security? Is there like a workout regimen, and certain things that they would be doing that kind of would help with the specific work that they do?
Most security guards I see, all they do in the gym is bench. They on the bench press. You might see them doing some leg press, and some rows. That's what I see most security people are doing in the gym. They be and some curls. Y'all
niggas get kind of broiled with the workout shit though. I saw y'all niggas out front fucking curling the the little post shit one time when homie
we
was
used to do that all the time, bro. Yeah. Oh, we used to be out there curling the stanchions, bro. Like but nah, I mean, yeah, most I would assume most security guys just do those main compound exercises, just your lift, your bench press, your squat. I would tell security members to like invest in the full program, man. Especially you big guys. Y'all know y'all need to y'all need to start doing some cardio. Y'all need to start lifting, doing more than bench pressing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to burn some calories too, because you'd be surprised, man. Like, especially if y'all single out there, y'all single security guards, like, you get a full program, man. You need to do rows. You need to do Arnold press. You need to be doing isolation workouts as well, too. All of that, man. So I need to have a full-fledged program. I know y'all just think all I needed to do is bench motherfucking 385 and squat 405, and that's cool. Like, okay, cool, but you don't even, you're just like a big nigga. You're not sculpted.
Right.
Like, you're just a big nigga. Like,
you ever get any clients to work? Like the security niggas you work with? You ever like bring niggas on in your program?
No, I can't say that I have yet. Just because, everybody just they own what they own. And that's cool. Yeah.
Some niggas don't want help.
Some people just don't want help. I mean, that's cool. It's just like, you might not look like me. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. But that's cool too. I mean, like, our homie, Zay, shout out to Zay.
Yeah.
He hit me up a couple times. We still got to go get a lift in, but I've helped him out. I gave him some good games. So now he's in the gym. He getting back to it and getting right. But other than that, I've never really had any security really join my program just because they feel like they know what they doing. And I'm like, all right, I got it. Keep working on that belly though.
How old is your son again?
1.
He's one. Okay, so he's a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure, you probably gonna have him on the right straight and path. Path.
Yeah.
You gonna get him into football and all that?
Absolutely.
Gonna put him on that?
Absolutely. He already like throwing shit.
Okay.
He be picking up stuff. He just be like, throwing shit. So
Word.
He's got that genetic makeup, man. Like I'm 6'4", and a half. His mom is.
She's kind of tall too.
She's kind of tall too.
Yeah, I seen her. Yeah,
she's right at damn near 6 feet. She's like 5'10".
I want to say she's
with heels on.
Taller than me, yeah.
With heels on, she's like 6'1".
Yeah,
he's like 6'1", so he's already gonna be like a tall dude. He could fuck around and be anything, man. I don't know. Like Young Cash, he might fuck around and be a quarterback. All I know, 6'6". Like, he literally legit might be taller than me. Like, even the doctor says that. He could easily be 6'6", or through 6'8".
Okay.
At any point in time. And I remember that because I'll never forget when I was like 12 and the doctor hit me on the knee with that thing. Boom, 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 boom. And he looked at my knee size.
Oh wow.
And he was like, dude, you're at least gonna be like 6'2", 6'3". Here I am, 34 years old, 6'4" and a half in a quarter. With some dress shoes on 6'5". So he didn't lie. That's what they saying about Cash. It's like he's gonna be tall as shit.
So what's next on the horizon for you, man? I know you got to get going soon. We got to wrap up. So tell the people like what's like the next big goal for you.
Next big goal, man. So like I said, I definitely want to help people out. I want that in-person interaction, right? So again, I'll be at the new Crunch on Steel Creek. Like I said, one of the most massive gyms in Charlotte, if not the biggest gym in Charlotte. Whole bunch of stuff in there. Just getting more experience, man, with just as being just a fitness professional out here, but not only in line, because it's one thing to do it, it's one thing to learn how to do it from your couch, to transform people's lives from your couch. But now I'm actually in that field out here now, like in the gym, working with people one-on-one. But just build the online structure, man. Just build a whole team around it. I want to build a whole culture, a whole
I was gonna say, how do you scale it? Build a team, man.
Yeah, building the team. I already got, some people I work with, some people on payroll, I got my photographer, I got my content people who make that. But now it's, getting to the point to where I got a nutritionist, but just having a VA, for example, right? And I'm still learning. But I think that getting those extra reps in, right, within business, like working in the gym, and just getting back out there with the people, right? Because it all comes down to helping people.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Be better version of themselves, right? So I want all of that. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta go venture inside, and Crunches, I love Crunch's culture. Shout out to Crunch Fitness, CR Fitness. I love their culture. That's another reason why I was interested. They're real professional. Like they got different processes than mine, but it's pretty much one and the same.
Right.
So I love their mission statement. I love their culture. And even in this new gym, like our focus is to come in and just that whole culture of that gym is just to be like an elite gym. But not only like to where you feel uncomfortable being in there, but it's like you're coming in there with people like me that want to help you get to that next level for you to be the elite you, the 2.0 you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm concerned on. So once I do that, just taking what I've learned already just through this journey in fitness and business, taking that experience of just working in person with the people. Like I said, I've been doing it, but not like on the scale I will be doing it with Crunch. And in their facilities as well too, top of the line facilities. They're gonna have a cryotherapy in that motherfucker.
Really?
They got cryotherapy.
That's like cold shit, right?
Yeah.
The
only Crunch that got that. In North Carolina, they got hot yoga, hot Pilates. I mean, that gym's gonna be mad. I can't wait. 14 squat racks.
Damn.
Over 10 benches.
Free weights. Yeah.
The free weights is a half a mile long in there. I'm telling you, it's massive. You gotta come check it out, man. You gotta come rock with me out there. Yeah, come rock with me out there.
Cool, man. So before we close, man, tell the people where they can find you online. Like shout out your social medias and all that.
Yes, sir. If y'all still on live, man, y'all can find me at and for his people, man, at Chris Cleaned Up. That's my main page on Instagram. So that's KrisKleantup. You can find me on Facebook, Chris White Jr. I'm on TikTok, so that's Nobody Cares Go Lift. And then YouTube on the way. So next time you hear from me, YouTube will be up and going. That's my promise to y'all.
Word. All right, everybody. Well, that's it. It's the end of episode 4. Big shout outs. Thank you to my boy Chris for coming through. That's the official episode of Going Out Podcast. So yeah, if you fuck with these conversations we had, man, it's episode 4. Yep.
Episode 4. He finna blow up for real. Y'all don't know.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, definitely like and subscribe, and tune in next episode. Thank you, everybody. Peace.